Let's go live to Trudy and Laura at Labor HQ. Anthony Albanese and Labor have chosen the same Sydney venue from their 2022 election night victory.
Yeah, and they are relaxed. I've got to say the best case scenario for Labor looks like it might just play out tonight, and that is what Labor insiders are telling us. Essentially, look at the Redbridge polling. The Redbridge polling, the final track polling, tells Labor, it tells all of us that they're in line between 78, 79, even 80 seats in a best case scenario. So I would describe this atmosphere at the moment, and every Labor MP I've spoken to this afternoon, as pretty relaxed and not even quietly confident at this point. If you want to get into the micro, let's look at the seats as well. You know, 5 weeks ago we're talking about Bennelong. If the Liberals couldn't get that, now notionally Liberal, well, it was going to be a pretty short night here. Now Jerome Laxall has a really good chance. He needed a swing to him at this election. He needs just 80 votes to do it. He takes in now part of that North Sydney area, which used to be Teal's, Kylie Tink. He's pretty confident today. Another seat to look at is Gilmore. Labor won this by just 373 votes at the last election. You've got Andrew Constance, his fifth challenge in trying to get into politics, but Labor are more confident. Tonight, if you want to get really micro, Trudy, I'll be looking at the Kangaroo Valley booths there. Moving down to Melbourne, Kooyong Goldstein, I spoke to Tim Wilson this afternoon, and, you know, Tim is a confident guy, but I've got to say, I picked up that he was pretty supremely confident. The booths I'll be looking at for any early swings and any early good signs for the Liberals there will be Beaumaris North and Garden Vale there. Kooyong, I know the panel's been discussing these 30,000 votes that went from Higgins into Kooyong. They're the blue ribbon parts. We're talking Toorak, Malvern, and Armidale. You'd have to think they'd pick up a few of those. And I've got a few exotic ones for you, just to make Tom Connell's job a little bit more challenging tonight. I'm hearing late this afternoon we should keep a close eye on what happens in Whitlam. Whitlam is just out on the outskirts of Sydney. You're talking about places like Bowral, Moss Vale. Now, these areas have gone up in price because this is where Sydney-siders like to have their holiday homes if they've got a bit of extra cash. But it also takes in places like Shell Harbour and Dapto, which are not so highly socio-economic. Remember, wind farms has been an issue. Labor is running a candidate there that used to be a Green, and that has been seen as problematic for them. The Conservatives, the Liberal Party, had a problem there because they had to get rid of their candidate. Then they put in Nathan Smith. He's from the New South Wales right, but he seems to be polling really well. And here's an absolute roughie for you, because I know Tom likes these kind of ones, and it's been in the ACT. Now, Labor is a little bit worried that they could lose that. Andrew Pocock style, I should say, not Andrew Pocock, David Pocock style, to an independent there. And they even did a deal, a preference deal, I believe, with the Liberals. So they're my roughies, Trudy. But you've been on the bus. You've seen this confidence grow, haven't you? And it's on display here tonight.
Yeah, I feel like I've spent my whole life on the bus at this point, Laura, and you can really detect from the very day we got on that Anthony Albanese is supremely confident about his chances. So much so, Laura, he actually came on the election campaign bus today. That sort of thing doesn't normally happen unless you think you've got this in the bag. He seems incredibly bullish about his chances, Kieran.
Thank you, Laura and Trudy. Appreciate it.